You know what I mean? So when it comes out, that's why people are like, bro, I feel that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that. Like,
Does that feel like therapy to you though? Is that like therapy to you when you're saying something?
Yeah.
100%, yeah. And I had to get back to that. You know what I mean? Like for a while, it was like, maybe the people don't want to hear this yet. Maybe I got to be a little bigger before I get personal. Maybe right now they want to hit. And nah, like I think that was probably where I was wrong. And because I already have a lot of music in my catalog, if you go back and listen to it. But like right now, and that's why I'm excited to get on like this new stuff I'm putting out too, because it's a lot more personal, and I think it tells my story more. And in that, people will be able to relate.
Welcome to SongLab Live. I'm Neveen The Queen. Today is probably one of my favorite episodes. We have two special guests, not just one. We got my baby girl, Juno, and she brought somebody that's super fucking dope on the show today. Juno, take it away. Introduce your guest.
Yes. Hello, everybody. What's up? It's Juno from Charisma Collective. Today, I have a super, super special guest. He is skyrocketing to fame right now, honestly. He just dropped a really great single. And yeah. What's up, Kaire Doty?
What's going on? Yeah, how y'all doing? Appreciate the round of applause.
It's
how y'all living?
Good. So good to have you. I'm so happy.
It's beautiful in here. I mean, like being up here in Phoenix, like I always like coming up here. You know what I mean? Networking. I'm from even a little more south than here, so you know, I get to come up here. Tucson, you know Tucson. Shout out to the city. You know what I mean? Y'all from Tucson, the Wildcats, all that. We got the cats on the hat.
Wow.
Come on now, you know what I mean? But it's nice to be up here.
Yeah, no, we're super excited to have you. I know like we've been talking about like getting together for a minute and just like chopping it up. So it's great that you're here. I know Bootleg Kev already got the exclusive, but this is our exclusive. No shit. We love you, Kev.
Shout out Kev.
But nah, you know what? First off, you know, how was the drive down and everything, like getting here, and you know, what was that vibe like?
Oh, that's all. I feel like it's quick. Phoenix is one of those drives where it's like short enough to where it's convenient, but still long enough for you. Like, bro, you sitting in traffic, just like, come on now.
How long was it like?
I mean, my drive was only supposed to be an hour and 30, but it was a 40-minute wreck on the way up here. So I'm like, damn, but it kind of worked out for the better. But yeah, it's that drive's always easy. Like I said, I like coming up here. Tucson's slower, it's boring. When I come up here, I know I'm gonna be networking and working, getting to work.
Are you from Tucson?
Yeah.
Originally.
You're raised?
Born and raised in Tucson, yeah.
There's a lot of talent. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like I keep meeting more and more people from Tucson. There's a lot of talent out there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's untapped potential out there.
It's untapped. And then yeah, you know what I mean? It's just getting her, you know what I mean? Finding your own lane, what you want to do. You know what I mean? Your own message, your own aesthetic, whatever it may be, and then just being locking in on that and being consistent with it so the crowd can see, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you know, thank you for coming down again, and like we do appreciate it. I'm glad you had a good drive with your people and everything. My first question, honestly, going into it straight off the gate, and I think you kind of gave us a little bit of background where you're from, but who is Kaire Doty? Like, who are you behind the music? Like, where did you start?
I would say, I mean, I've always been creative, always been competitive, mainly, you know what I mean? So being just like into sports growing up, for me, it was always had this like thought that I wanted to dominate whatever I'm in, whether it's a court, field, whatever I felt, that's what I wanted to be. So when I got into music, when I was 12, I started writing, really got into this like storytelling and that. And then around 17, after I graduated, I got into music and had to like relearn that. And then within all that, you start to find yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like for me, I didn't know who I was, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to talk about. And the more you do talk and more real you get with yourself, you start to find who you are, you know what I mean? And I'm just a creative person that is not afraid to talk about anything about myself. There's nothing I hide from with myself. I'll say I'm surface level in the sense of, you know what I mean? Anything you ask, I'm willing to open. You know what I mean? I'm open to talking about it, because at the end of the day, the more personal I've been on my music, a lot of people hit me up and be like, yo, like I relate to that. I used to try to stay away from it. Like I'm gonna talk general so a lot of people can relate in their own way. But when I started getting real personal,
That's where it's at.
yeah, people were like, oh, I really relate to this. Like, this is exactly what I'm going through. So,
Yeah.
Especially nowadays with everything that's going on, there's so much crazy going on. We need humanity again. We need people to be real, so we can all connect and feel like, okay, he's going through this, and he's vulnerable. He's putting himself out there, and he's cool as hell. I could be that too.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why That's probably why you started. You probably heard somebody or had a moment where you looking at somebody that motivated you. Same with Errol, all of us. Like, you're motivated by somebody or inspired by somebody growing up. You could probably remember your favorite artist, your favorite radio host. It don't matter what it is. You can grab from that and be like, I want to do that. You know what I mean? What's crazy is like with the song going wild, people are dancing to it. Me and my brother grew up dancing. So like he came in the room the other day. He's like, bro, like, well, I'm so proud because like people are dancing to your music. Like, remember we used to dance to, we would look up a song and dance to it. Now people making their own videos to your song. Like, it's wild.
It's literally like you see how tables turn so quickly. And we're definitely gonna get into that and talk about the single Gahdamn and all of that good stuff. So, you know, let's just hop right into it. Like, you literally like skyrocketed again overnight. And you know, how I wanna know, like, because statistically speaking, we don't see a lot of Phoenix artists like with that much like, I don't even know what the word is right now. But I'm trying to
energy. I don't know, like just wise, just
like that. Like, you just don't see it happen that quickly. And like one of the people we have seen it happen too quickly is Samara Sin.
Love Samara.
It literally went viral. So I just want to know from your perspective, like overnight, like what do you think you did differently? For like, how did you beat the algorithm? Because how are you beating the algorithm right now? Like, what do you think that a lot of Phoenix artists are missing? In that sense,
I think truth at the end of the day. But for me, it was, so when I stopped making music in 2022 because I was just like, bro, it's taking too much. It's taking a lot of my money, is whatever. So like, I had a camera and I was like, okay, for the next 2 years, I'm gonna like really work with this camera, make my money back, whatever it was. And during that, I found videography. When I found videography, I was like, okay, let me genuinely learn how to do this without even the thought of coming back to music. It was just simple as that. Like, I want to learn videography. I love film. Me and my brother grew up watching films, dissecting them. So like that kind of just, it came and I was just like, I love this. I love learning about it. Just how when I was starting to look up how to be technical with music on the engineering side, the same thing. So coming back in late 2024 and just putting those visuals out, I think for me, it quickly happened. I quickly learned too, because I was putting out like landscape videos, so they weren't covering up the whole screen. And as soon as I started doing vertical videos, it took off. You know what I mean? Because I already had my own aesthetic, which is kind of like a vintage, you know what I mean, vintage look. But when it comes to film, it's all about color. You know what I mean? So the way that when you make music, you're writing words that might mean something. When it comes to film, it's your color. So color can tell a story in itself. I can make a video and film it in Arizona, and if I push it cold, like it looks like I'm on the East Coast, like somewhere cold. Or I could be on the East Coast and move it to like make the video look more warm, and it feels like I'm in the desert. So like,
oh wow,
colors are everything. So I think with my visuals and me speaking like truth on my music, like the Gahdamn record in particular is like, if you listen to the record, it's not the way it sounds, you wouldn't think I'm talking about what I'm talking about on the record, because it's a Bay Area influenced song, but the message of the song, the message of the song is something really positive. It's reflective. I always come from a reflective perspective, you know what I mean? And that's just how I grow, because at the end of the day, when I'm talking, I'm kind of admitting or telling on myself. Like, what am I really going through? Like, you know what I mean? So when it comes out, that's why people are like, bro, I feel that, bro. Like, I feel that. Like,
does that feel like therapy to you, though? Is that like therapy to you when you're saying something?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And I had to get back to that. You know what I mean? Like, for a while, it was like, maybe the people don't want to hear this yet. Maybe I got to be a little bigger before I get personal. Maybe right now they want to hit. And nah, like, I think that was probably where I was wrong. And because I already have a lot of music in my catalog if you go back and listen to it. But like right now, and that's why I'm excited to get on like this new stuff I'm putting out too, because it's a lot more personal, and I think it tells my story more. And in that, people will be able to relate. But going back to as far as like how getting the algorithm to work in my favor, I think it's one, knowing, okay, like what time of day are my people active? Like doing your own, like getting your own data, turning your account into a professional account so you can at least see data. It matters. Like it matters, even though people are they just post. They think, like we're in an era where so much content's going up. You just gotta get somebody to stop for 1 minute a day on you. 1 minute a day. I mean, and if that happens multiple times, then you get a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might not get a fan the first time. It might happen. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you need to create something to get people to come back. So have purpose in your stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of people just create to create. Like, have purpose, create your own aesthetic, a niche, whatever it is, so people can come to you and go, okay, like when I listen to Kaire Doty or I look at his visuals, I know what I'm gonna get, and I love it for this. You know what I mean?
That's smart.
I love that. You set yourself up like for success, because I think a lot of artists out here, they don't actually do the research, and they don't know the work it takes to like make cool visuals or like, you know, get the right camera work, or, you know, what would be your advice like in that sense? Like, do you think people should get a team as well? Like maybe if they just really don't know how to do it, they don't, maybe they don't have the time and effort to like put in that time you did, but like what would you say would be a workaround?
Or the money.
Or the money. Money's the main thing. Yeah, the money's the main thing. Well, I think luckily in our day and age, I think it's probably the easiest to create as far as what like software that helps you and stuff like that. Nonetheless, I feel like my journey, like for a while, I was unemployed for a while, so I used that time to genuinely work on my craft. So for people, the first thing is your craft. Focus on your craft first. You know what I mean? Like people just try to, I'm gonna listen to this artist, I'm gonna replicate what this artist is doing or whatever. Like
on your behind for
like work on your craft, learn what you're doing. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people play like, it could be anything. Like a lot of people play video games or something, and you put 100 hours into a video game and you're good at it. I wonder why. You put 100 hours into it.
Right.
If you put 100 hours into anything, I promise you will be good at it. So for me, whether it's your artist that doesn't want to get into videography, like know what you like as well. Like I love it. I love doing videography and I love music. So for me, I'm tapped into both worlds just the same. But if you're an artist that's like, okay, I just like making music, then yeah, try to network, try to get out there and work with people that believe in you as well. And that's all time. You know what I mean? I've been making music for 8 years. So even though it feels like overnight, this is an 8-year process. And I still don't have a big team around me, you know what I mean? Because I always felt like I don't have the money to pay people. So I got to know this myself.
I love that.
You know what I mean? Luckily, I came, my boy, Brian Becken, my guy, you know what I mean? He ended up doing pretty well with his art. He made some money. He bought me a camera, the camera that I still use to this day. And with that camera, I was like, okay, like, let me really try to work with this. You know what I mean? Let me try to see what I can do. Luckily, it happened to be a cold camera. It's a cold camera. I got a lens. I built and then I bought the rest of the stuff, but I did my research on that as well. Like you said, research is everything. People just be doing stuff out here, man. I mean, y'all just doing shit. Stop doing it. I mean, I can't just be doing shit. That's why y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all be like, I was on the Kev interview, and he's like, man, people really think like you can just post your album cover or your artwork and go. I'm like, right, we was like, right, who do you think you are? Like, you just really hoping for a miracle at that point. Like, do your research on everything. I'm talking from like your creative process, which is your most personal part of your process. Don't think about nobody else. Because if you think about the crowd in your creative process, it's going to influence your work, and you can't do that. So you only think about the audience whenever after your creative process is done, and you go, okay, how are we going to market this? How are we going to put this out? For me, what's crazy about Gahdamn is there's no money behind it like that. So like it was all organic. Like it's still to this day super organic. It's going crazy. I talked to labels to this day. They're like, dude, we've never, or not, I wouldn't say never, but it's like rare that we see what your song is doing right now.
Yeah.
With nothing behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where my leverage is.
Yeah.
You feel me when I'm talking to people? But I'm like, yeah, because I'm doing this with just me. This is just all the strength of the love and the creativity. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's crazy because you never really know what's gonna go.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Samara and I, she'd be like, this is the one.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, it's the one. Like, put it out, and then it wasn't the one.
Time. Hey, well, I told her that was a hit. That's a hit, boy. Yeah, that was a hit.
That we didn't think would be the one is the one that blew up.
Always.
You just don't know what the crowd is gonna connect to. So that's why it's so important to like stay genuine to create your stuff, but don't like hold out either. Don't be like, no, I got a better.
Or you just gotta go, because it's not up to you at that point.
Yeah,
the audience will all like, even Gahdamn, for example, like I have put out 4 records beforehand and was just testing. Well, Gahdamn went, it's like, okay, I'm listening to the fans, like, okay, let's keep pushing this. And even to this day, you go to my Instagram, I'm still like giving you a little bit of something else to keep my fans or the people that are still around happy and get a little more new content and stuff like that. But Gahdamn is like the record that's obviously it's nowhere near as big as I want it to be, even though it's crazy, you know what I mean? So we're still working on that, but for the fans, we got new stuff coming and it's gonna be exciting. So y'all, we got more coming all throughout the summer. It's a lot of music coming out this year, I'll tell you that. A lot of music is coming out, but
I love that. You know, your sound is so fresh and it's so uplifting. And the fact of the matter is I cannot compare you to anyone because you've stayed so true to yourself.
Yeah.
You stayed so genuine. And that's so hard to do in this industry, especially in Phoenix. I think a lot of people think that, you know, they see somebody blow up and they just think automatically like, hey, what they're doing is going to work for me. But you cannot rinse and repeat all the time.
Yeah.
It's not always going to work for you.
Well, how can you rinse and repeat? Like, you're not that person. You're
right.
So like you were saying, when you know create what's your vision, right? Create it first, because If you were not done creating and you're asking Fleek or Juno, hey, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Well, they're gonna give you their opinion based off of their vision. Now all of a sudden it's not.
Now it's changing a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you'll learn to work that way. Like you'll learn how to collaborate. Because everybody is gonna have like something to say. Like it just depends. I work a lot by myself in the creative process. That's why too. I like to isolate, so I really have my own thoughts. But like, say me and you are in the studio later, it's gonna be collaborative. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
it's like, okay, like I was in the studio with Samara 2 weekends ago, 3 weekends ago, or something like that, and I was stuck on a hook. And I'm like, yo, Samara, come over here. Like we about to work on this hook. Like I don't know. And like when it's like that, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like and then because you know who you are at that point, so it goes, okay, Samara gonna give me maybe something to work off of, and then I know what to do from this because I know me. You know what I mean? If you don't know yourself, you're always gonna get pulled a little too far into your influence, and everybody has to go through that.
Yeah.
If you listen to my music from 17, 18, 19, it was like Kendrick influence, Isaiah Rashad influence, or whoever I'm listening to, it's influenced by, you can hear it clear. And it's like, you have to learn to break away from that and go, okay, like I grew up on all this music. How am I gonna put this together and make it me though? You see what I'm saying? And it's hard to do. Yeah, it's hard to do. And that's why most people don't, it's just hard to really grow because immediately they're gonna go, hey, you sound like this dude, or you sound like her. I know with Samara, she had the Doja Cat comparison. And to stay true to yourself and be like, I think I'm Samara saying like, come on now, like that's how, and you already know it's her energy. That's her energy, like, bro, exactly. That's her energy. You don't have to tell me I sound like somebody else or make me feel like I'm somebody
that
else.
thing. And like in the beginning, she'd be like, people just, saying that I sound like Doja, and haters want to get on her post and be like, oh, we already got a Doja, and we're like, no, this is
Samara saying, right?
But there's nothing wrong with being compared to somebody dope. You know what I mean? That's okay.
Everybody has a reference point. At the end of the day, everybody has to pull from a reference.
Like I get compared to like Dave Chappelle, I'm just like,
hilarious. And I was about to sit here and really listen to that too. I'm like, oh, what you got about to say about this?
I thought it is.
And I'm like, no, I'm Neveen the Queen.
Yeah.
He's like more like me, but
That's funny.
but I do have a question I want to go back to really quick because you stayed true to your craft, right? You said, keep going, get your music out there, don't ever quit. Why did you quit? Why did you quit?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy because like I've taken multiple, like throughout my time making music, I took multiple because it's hard to have that belief, especially when like I felt that I had given the craft the respect to be like, okay, like I'm gonna take 8 years, really 13 years total, 14 years total of like making this music and seeing if it works. And it just wasn't clicking, you know what I mean? It just wasn't clicking. People weren't listening. And at some point you're like, okay, like, man, I'm in debt. I'm over here trying to make stuff work. I gotta at least get a little realistic. So I went and like literally got a job. I still to this day work at UPS 5 days a week and grind that. And then anytime I have on my own, this is what I'm doing this for myself. I remember I had a night, it was like a random Saturday night. I'm off work and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, Saturdays is my day to chill by myself. Ain't nobody about to talk to me. I'm playing the game. I'm doing whatever I need to do. And then I was just like, when I'm like 30, 35, whatever, like, am I going to look back and be like, why didn't I take that time for myself?
35.
Hey, I'm 25 right now, young man. But still, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, do I?
Time.
I'm just sitting there like, damn, like, am I knowing my skill? And what's also really crazy about this is like, probably about a month before, so we're talking about like November 2024 now. I'm at work and there's this guy that he was just like a seasonal hire, and I played, for some reason I just played him my music. You know what I mean? We had a speaker in the building. I played him my music and he was just like, bro, that's your purpose. Like that's your, I remember him saying that, not you're good, he said, that's your purpose. Like, he was like, this right here, like, nah, you don't need to be here, bro. He was like, that's your purpose. And I remember just being like, how much I've always loved music compared to anything else. I've given up a lot of things in my life. I played basketball, was good at it. Football, was good at it. All these things I did, I gave it up. And I don't go back to it, don't care for it. Music, every time I like let it go for a little bit, it always made its way back. It always made its way back.
If it's your calling, it's going to keep calling you.
Exactly.
Crazy. Leave me the fuck alone. And it's like, no, bro.
It's crazy.
Come back.
It always, and I think it comes back to like the writing in general, or like it's therapy for me.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't music, it was going to be videography. And that's another crazy thing.
You're cold at that too. So it's like now you got two niches.
Isn't it a beautiful time though?
Yeah.
You could do those and then not feel like you have to choose. Like you're like, I'm gonna make my own visuals because you can. That's why, like nowadays, like I think it's just such a great time. You could do it all and be okay, and people
And
will
be
respect
chill.
you,
Yeah.
and accept you.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's what I look forward to in the future is like there's gonna be so many really good artists that are like multi-talented because you have to be kind of sort of, I mean, like you said, and people that are like that, it's usually because you don't got no money. I mean, you like, hey, I can't pay nobody. Yeah, I'm not paying for all this all the time, bro. I can't. You know what I mean, if I gotta pay for the beat, then I gotta pay for the mix, and then I gotta, if you buy, you gotta pay for the mix, then the master, then the promotion, and then you just so in the hole with a song that is gonna get 80 likes on your Instagram or something like that.
Yeah.
And like that's when you go, okay,
Yeah.
I gotta figure this out myself. I gotta figure this out. And that's what I did. I literally sat there for 8 years, learned Logic Pro. That's what I mix on. I mean, Logic Pro, I go crazy on there.
Okay.
Premiere Pro, my boy Lo sitting back there. He taught me how to use that. Yeah, my guy. I mean, taught me how to use that program, and then you know what I mean. And then you go and do your own research. And I preach this to everybody.
Yeah.
Go practice. Like there's not you can read about everything. You can watch videos. If you don't go out and practice yourself, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get better.
And then you're not even gonna know if you're not even trying to practice or just trying. You're not gonna know if you even like it.
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly.
we're as creatives. I'm creative in a different way, right?
Yeah.
I have like thousands of millions of ideas that come up in my head. I'll put it on a whiteboard and I'll go explore it. And I'm like, nah, it ain't for me.
Yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. But you would never know that because it might look good on the board.
Yeah.
It might look good on the board. You know what I mean? Like people, I love videography. Your visual is so dope. I want to go do that too. And you go out there, you might, man, fuck this. This is boring as hell. Yeah, it's whatever it is. Like, yeah, so being patient with it too. Like being patient with your process, like the craft. Like I said, always respect the craft. The craft. If you respect the craft, it's gonna show. It's gonna show, period.
And I have a question for you because I mean, like, you know, obviously you've been telling us a little bit of history about where you've come from and like where you've been and like how much work you put in. So obviously with Gahdamn dropping, like how has your life changed? Like what are some memorable moments from these past couple months? Like stuff that you didn't even realize that you would be, or people that you would be in rooms with right now. Like
I'm gonna tell you a little something now. So the first one that like, which is the craziest thing is all the people that I look up to in the industry have already tapped in with me. The only one that's missing is Kendrick. Now, Kendrick, man, you better get on the phone. I need you on the phone. But other than that, everybody else is
like you.
Not like you, but he like you. Yeah,
Come on now.
Kendrick, hit him up.
Tap in.
I'm like, man, everybody. But so the first one was Mick Jenkins, which is crazy because Mick Jenkins is the reason why I write the way I do, or like how I care about my lyrics. Because beforehand, I was just making music. I like melodies. I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I started hearing his music, and he had a project called The Healing Component. Oh my goodness, it like saved my mentality. I don't say my life, a little extra, but
Just
mentality. Yeah, like it's the whole album about spreading love and like this idea of love in all type of different ways. But whatever you take from it is what you take from it. And for me, it changed my perspective on like positivity and how to look at things a certain way. And just writing in general, how when I'm writing, everything is purposeful. You know what I mean? So it's not just like I'm just writing a whole bunch of nothing. I actually had a conversation with Samara about that too. She's like, because I'm like, dang, I feel like I haven't always wrote like super personal. She's like, man, when I listen to you, I know what you're talking about. Shit, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, cool then, that's all that matter. Like, because I know Samara deep. She'll give you a song that she'll say banana without saying banana, and you'll know the whole song is about banana, but she ain't never said it because she's so cold at writing and metaphors and stuff. But Mick Jenkins was crazy. The Isaiah Rashad follow was crazy.
Oh wow.
The Kyrie Irving follow was crazy.
That is
Hey, let me tell you something.
That's insane.
The Kyrie Irving stuff was wild. I was like, that's wild.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. And then that was wild.
You know what? I didn't even know. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really study people before they come on the show. Yeah, I just like learn on camera.
Yeah.
I have heard your music and I've heard them at the Suns game. They're always playing your fucking shit everywhere I go.
That is crazy.
So when Fleek sent me your he was like, yo, we're gonna interview him, and I was like, oh damn, I love that song.
Yeah.
That song. Yeah, they be playing your shit every.
That is wild. Yeah, I still get messages too. People are like, yo, I was at this club over here and they was playing last night. It's so hard. And it's like, honestly, it's hard. I have to catch little moments because now my Instagram it's flooded. So like, I'll just catch little little things.
I bet.
No, you're gonna follow back that. You gotta be right there with me. I gotta be right there with you. And this you? Yeah. That's why we went to follow back for sure. It's hard, but there's been some moments. We went to the Larry June 2 Chainz show for their album, and I met Rex Life Raj, who's a San Francisco artist, Bay Area artist, who I was in Virginia in 2019, and me and my boy Los was jamming him for a while. And like meeting him, I'm not somebody that like if I see somebody in person, I've never been the type to like I'm gonna walk up to you, take a picture and all that. I'm just cool, laid back. Man, when I seen Rex, I walk right up to him. I seen him. I'm like, Rex, bro, let me get a picture, boy. I'm like, I did not care, man. I don't care. Yeah, we met the Alchemist, which
I love that.
I get on like I used to rap on YouTube type beats, so I'll look up Alchemist beats.
Alchemist
and that's what like my song Nostalgia that's on the internet, and Good Morning, they're both like Alchemist type beats.
That's hard.
And I wanted to say when I met him, I just wanted to get his number, just send him like, hey, I got some records that sound like your beats, but they ain't your beats because you Alchemist, you know what I mean? But I want to work with you so bad. And
That's crazy.
man, like that's gonna be a full circle moment because I got to speak to him real quick. And I know obviously in the industry, you kind of just rubbing elbows, passing elbows, but for me to get in the room with him in the future, hopefully, I'm like, hey, bro, you remember that show at the, I forgot what the place is called. It's in San Francisco. And
You're already in the room, Kaire.
you know what I mean? Come on,
I
man,
want
we
you to
there.
know that you're already in the room.
We there.
They're already talking about you.
It's getting wild.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's only a matter of time. But I love that you've been having some like memorable moments with people and like getting those experiences, because honestly, a lot of people don't get to do what you're doing right now. So it's beautiful that you're being humble about it also. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you.
How do you stay humble though? Because like,
Don't be humble.
you know,
Yeah, I'm humble for now.
how do you stay humble right now? But you know, I just feel like you're the type of person that's like, you were never looking for all this clout. Like it just kind of found you.
Yeah, I think for me, the motivation of creating was never for that. You know what I mean? So like, I think a lot of people create for that and for like, oh, I can't wait to blow up and all this. And it's like, well, if that's the case, you know how many people blow up off this, or even people that are in the industry right now that are struggling.
Right.
So like, you have to love it. I remember, oh man, I ain't gonna say who was their names, but I was talking to somebody in the studio and they were like, I was talking to this artist and this artist told me, he was like, I'll never wish this on nobody. And I remember it scared me. I'm like, what you talking about? Like, I'm over here happy, you know, my song going crazy. And he's like, man, just like, he's like, really just know like what's going on. Like, it's a business at the end of the day. It's a business. Yeah. It's you're a brand now. So it's gonna be a job like any other job. You know what I mean? But as long as you but as long as you love, like, the music is what is all that matters. You know what I mean? So for me, whether I was gonna blow up or not, I was fine. I was content with me just creating and forever. I don't care. I was just like, once I let that thought go, I think that's why it happened. That's what's crazy. Wow. Gahdamn popped with like, I made that whole song in 15 minutes, mixed it, everything myself, did it in 15 minutes and put it out. You know what I mean? And
you see how God works?
You see what I'm saying? Like, it happens. Just like as soon as you really let go, and it's just like, I'm about to just create and have fun. You know what I mean? Because
when you're like holding up, I said to myself, like, I do it all too. I'll find myself like super stressed and just like not trusting the fucking process. It's like, yo, just let it go.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Do it because you're enjoying it. Like, you're enjoying it. You had a good time. So, like, I do when you enjoy it, you just let it go and you're like, whatever, I'm just doing it because I'm having fun.
Right.
Even like, I don't want to go back to like relationships, but haven't you ever heard like when people are like, I need to find me a wife. I need to find me a wife.
I need to do this.
And like when you're finally like, you know, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just gonna do me, and you're like vibrating at your highest.
That's what your love comes about.
Doing,
That's exactly.
Comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what happened for me. Yep. That's crazy how it goes. Like, yeah, that happens in every lane. You can't really force it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like as long as you are, the energy is forced, and no matter what, how that communicates to the audience is felt. You know what I mean? Like, I was doing it, like when Gahdamn came out, it was such a record that I wasn't really thinking about, even from the visuals. Like, the visuals that I put out for the first like week or two were all one shot. Like, my friend pulled up Savannah Banana. Y'all need to follow her on Instagram. I forgot to shout her out on my last interview.
Shout out Savannah.
Savannah going crazy. Savannah Banana on Instagram.
Savannah
She's
Banana.
tagged. I got her pinned on my page too. But
okay.
She cold, and she just pulled up. I didn't know her like that, but I seen she dance, and I was like, hey man, just pull up and can you just dance right quick for me? I'm just wanting her like do a little cool little walk. Yeah, man, I'm thinking she pulled up. She only heard the song like maybe 3 times before, like I just sent it to her.
Yeah.
And she got there, and the clip that like really went crazy was her like really on beat with the stuff. You know what I mean? Like, she's on I Might Call, boom, and she was doing all that. And I didn't even notice because I wasn't really looking like when I was recording her, and I got home and I seen it all. And like this before, I think I had like 800 followers before Gahdamn came out.
No way.
I have 25,000 now.
Yeah, he's up there now.
Yeah, so like
because she made a video.
Well, that was one of them. It was one of them. So I filmed her, and what I did was I was gonna put out a full like actual visualizer for the song, and then I had all these like reels I was gonna do.
Okay.
So I had reels coming out every other day as well. So I had put out the actual visualizer, and it was the first. I think it was the second verse of the song, the one that's popping. I Might Lean. It had that verse.
Yeah.
And it already was going crazy. That's the one that Mick Jenkins commented on.
Wow.
I forgot to bring up West Side Boogie. West Side Boogie, man. That's West Side Boogie, man. That's yeah. That's my guy.
He bought to be out.
That's
right?
my guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you coming with Westside Boogie soon?
Hey, here you go. You know what I mean?
There she goes, Juno.
Hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, we you know what I mean? I got to work with Westside Book, so that was dope. That was probably the biggest. I don't know how I forgot about that. That's the biggest thing. I got to work with him, and man, it just was that was crazy because he's literally one of my favorite artists as far as like just what he talks about. Like that's right in my alley. So I remember, trying to make a song, or I had songs ready, and they were like, "Yo, like send one of these songs," and I was like, "Man, I'm a fan. I'm about to start from scratch and make a song for Westside Boogie." I like this is what it is. So
That's dope.
hopefully, that's gonna come out at some point. We're working around that because I think that's got to be something that I want to really show respect to and really do something around that. But for right now, it's just you know what I mean. We working, but I got some stuff. I got some stuff planned. I got some stuff, but I'm so excited.
Are you leaving?
No.
Sure, you ain't gonna move out of here.
Are you saying like if I pop,
There's
look at that I'm gone.
You already popped, so
But you're popping.
you're already popping. So now it's time to start making those.
I love my family, man. I love my family, but yeah, I think we get that bang. You asked me, so why are you still humble so far? I ain't got that check yet. Get the check. I'm gonna be you're different next time. I'm gonna be different. Nah, I'm playing, but
I'm gonna be walking a little different.
it's because I ain't got paid yet. And that's why I feel the same. Yeah, I feel the same. Nah, I'm just playing, but I just think for me, yeah, like I just. You can see people I've been around a lot of people and you could tell they're not humble and it's not a good energy.
It's
there's
not.
humble. And when I say don't be humble, but there's a
level to it.
there's a magic to it, right? There's a balance to how to not be humble. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's just, for me, it's the art. What's crazy, I was talking to Samara about things. I remember being like, yo, man, like, what should I do right now? Should I show my personality more? Because anybody's being around me, I'm funny. I'm hilarious. And you can't, you know what I'm saying? And
She's funny. That's what I was
yeah.
talking about. She's funny as fuck.
But you can tell she has a certain perspective on it because she's like, the art is kind of what, and I don't think there's a right or wrong. It's just really just the artist, what they want to do, how they want to build their brand at the end of the day. Yeah, so it's like, if you want to, you can for her. And I know, and I kind of like, I kind of agree because at the same time, like, let your art kind of like speak for yourself and show who you are. You can even be funny on a song. You know what I mean? I got some songs that are coming out that like are they're gonna be on the EP, and then you'll hear certain things that show more personality. You know what I mean? But as far as just how I move on the daily, like if I get around y'all like in person, y'all see a different like energy, whereas like when I'm on camera or like I'm performing in front of the camera or whatever, it's like he's so serious. He's all serious all the time. He's always in his little elements and stuff like that. But as soon as the cameras go off, bro, I'm chilling.
Yeah, you just
we all regular people. I mean, we like to just chill and just create. Like I'm only rapping so much out the day. I'm not always sitting here spitting and all serious all the time, bro. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I like to chill. I play video games.
Honestly, can you imagine just like all day? We're like, all right, bro, stop.
Yeah. Or every time you get, hey, hold on, I'm writing right now. I'm writing over here. Hold on.
Or you don't speak no more. You only rap. Right.
Only. Hey, if I could sing though, if I could like blow, I could sing, but if I can blow, I would only sing. I promise you.
Ask you a question and then you're just gonna rap it back to me. So a normal conversation. How was your day today?
Yeah, if I come off top, you know what I mean, saying I'm kind of top with it. You know what I mean, I'm trying to do the black winning. I mean, imagine that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get a little freestyle up here. No, I can't freestyle to save my life, man. I can't freestyle to save my life. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give y'all a warning right now. All these, if I start going on these what's like the on the radar, all that, and it says freestyle. It's not a freestyle. It's not a freestyle.
I don't even Caribou didn't freestyle.
If you genuinely freestyle, that's nuts, bro. I'm not pulling up freestyle.
They prepare for show.
I'm not pulling up freestyling. What y'all think this is?
Yachty got Kaire right before she went on Don't Do It Here. Okay, it's like
King Los. Freestyle. Like King Los would get on there.
There's a couple people. Tory Lanez a freestyle.
Yeah.
Tory Lanez a really freestyle.
Is he still in jail?
Oh, he's still in jail, man. Free Tory, man. I'm not picking a side. Matter of fact, it's going on the internet. I ain't picking no side. I don't got no side. I ain't no side of this.
Still like his music.
Man, I love Tory Lanez music,
I
man.
like Tory Lanez music too. You know, I don't know what happened. Don't come for me.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know nothing about that. I know the music.
Does he still have his hair as a question?
He does.
Yeah, I don't think so. Let it go.
I don't know for sure.
Let it go. We'll say that publicly. Let it go.
He went to jail, and I don't think he got his hair did. Like, I mean, because it started, I don't know.
Kaire,
he dropped a football album.
What's next for you though? Like,
Juno's like,
what?
we got a schedule. We on schedule.
I'm just curious because it's like, what is next for you? Like, do you plan on dropping a project next? Like, you know, somebody asked, like, it said, drop everything you're doing. I want to take you on tour today. What are you gonna do about it?
For me, well, like I said, a single's coming out in a couple weeks. By the time this come out, the single might just be out. Then in April, I'm probably gonna drop a full EP.
Okay.
Because I want to show people like what I sound like now. Because I have so much Like all my old stuff was 2 years ago. I've changed so much. My delivery. I think right now, even when I'm on these label calls, they're like, "Yo, like what's new?" I'll send them demos, and like the main thing I get back is like how much more vibrant and my energy is. You know what I mean? Now on these songs, so you guys can look forward to that. Visuals are always going to be coming. Visuals are going to come out damn near 3-4 times a week. I always try to stick to that because I'm just always creating. You know what I mean? But as far as the music goes, I don't want to say too much. We got some stuff coming out, and then I do have a show in Tucson that's going to be April. I think it's April 29th. I can't say the person yet, but I'm opening up for somebody in Tucson then. I'll tell y'all off camera, you know what I mean?
Okay, we get the exclusive.
The exclusives. Y'all see it soon though.
Yes,
soon.
I'm so excited too. I'm excited for that, Kairee. And you know, I think that's dope that like you are planning what's next for yourself. Like you're not just in this stagnant phase of like, oh, I dropped Gahdamn.
Man, forever.
I'll see y'all later.
The whole year, God.
Yeah, so you're like one hit wonder. So it's great that you're prepping yourself for the next phase because there is gonna be a next phase of Kaire Doty, and I hope you guys will know that.
Yeah, for sure.
When did you write that song?
Gahdamn?
Yeah.
So it came out January 31st. I probably wrote it on it had to be like the 15th of that month. Wow. I got off work. It was a Thursday. I got off work. I was on the game with my brother, and I'm sitting. And I had the first verse. I think I had the first verse or something like that, like an idea for it, and I had the beat, and then I have my laptop sitting like in front of my screen where I play the game. So I'm sitting there playing the game, and I'm starting to think of something. And I'm like, hey, Mar, I'm gonna mute out right quick. I'm gonna go record. 15 minutes later, I had the whole song, and I played it for him. I even uploaded it to my computer, and I played it for him. And he's just like, dog, that's a hit. You like, that's a hit, but nobody thought it was gonna do what it was gonna do. You know what I mean? But I wrote it so fast. I wrote it, like I had that. Like I said, I had that first verse, and I was just like, how do I really top this first verse? And I think me being so personal on that second verse about, you know what I mean? Like I'm never shy about being like, I'm broke, bruh. You know what I mean? I'm broke on this song. I think a lot of people was like, bro, we feel that too, man. We feel that too. But it's like, bro, like
the struggle.
Just the struggle. Even if it's not, I'm not talking about being broke. It's just like the mentality of like just struggling in general. Like it's all right. Like you know what I mean? I might lean, I might fall.
Right. I'm gonna get back.
I might save.
Like,
I might ball.
Like that's amazing. Like that's so cool. Like that idea just hit you. And I just watched something recently where this lady was talking about how Michael Jackson used to wake up at like 3 a.m. and he used to go write because he was so afraid that like somebody else would have the same ideas. And so he would just do it right away because he was scared Prince was gonna take an idea or some crazy shit like that.
So I did. Prince was creative. Ain't no ideas to take it from Prince. That boy, he's nice, but.
You know, but if you have an idea, act on it right away. And that's what you did. Like, you know, when we have these thoughts and we have these song lyrics and stuff, like, we'd be like, no, I'm going to go write tomorrow. Like, no,
I'll go to the studio later.
You know? But it was like the fact that you did it in that moment and you executed all of it in that moment. And that's not to say everybody does that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, our process is different.
Right. And it just works for you. And that's your process. And you're like, I'm confident that, like, this song is good enough for me. And I'm going to put it out. I don't care if it was a 15-minute. I just wrote this in 15 minutes. Like, it's quality in my eyes.
Exactly. So, and I think that comes with like self-awareness. I think a lot of people's problem is they're not self-aware of their own art. And it's like you have to be self-aware. Like I tell people, when I make a song, I don't have to show anyone to know if it's a good or bad song. You know what I mean? And that is what it is. Like I think I've been writing music for so long now that I'm so aware even when I'm writing. Like I can write a bar and knowing that I'm like, that wasn't it. That wasn't it, or that delivery wasn't it, or whatever it is. So like by the time I'm even finished with the song, my first go through, it's pretty much done. It's just like, okay, like now, how do I go amplify this song? What do I need to add here that makes this part of the song better, or whatever it may be? Going back after a finished product and going, okay, let's level it up a little bit. But sometimes it just first take, boom, I'm done, and that's going out now. You know what I mean? So that was a record like Gahdamn.
That's dope.
Which is crazy. But these newer ones I'm taking. I haven't had a record where I just like got it out like that. Those type of energy songs are like Gahdamn upbeat songs. I've always created quicker on because I just feel like that's the vibe of them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's just that. I'm like, this is heat. You know what I mean? But when I get on, man, they love that. And my brother came in the room. He was like, I don't think you know how viral you are right now, bro. And I was like,
you know,
maybe I don't. Like, you know what I mean? 'Cause I don't be on TikTok like that or nothing. And I guess I already have a challenge up on TikTok. Gahdamn challenge. I guess I didn't start it. We didn't start it.
See it on Instagram because your audio's on.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Because I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know who you were. I know you now, but I knew your music. Like it is everywhere, all over like Instagram. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Everybody got to start somewhere.
My cousin, on the scene. I saw my cousin repost it, and let me mind you, not to put you on the spot, Monique, but she's a she. But no, put you on the spot anyway.
I'll put you on the
It's
spot.
crazy because I see her repost you in her story, and mind you, my cousins never posted none of my music. So when I saw you on, I was so happy. I was so fucking happy when I seen somebody.
Yeah,
in my
she was saying,
she don't support. I was just like, right?
He better than me.
Shout out to Monique. She's like, she never supports my.
You're a better person than me.
Nah, but it was just amazing to see. I was like, oh, I was like, bro, that's the bro. Like, so it was just such a beautiful moment. I was like, wow, this is really reaching people. And like, I was just like, it's reaching a lot of people. I was like,
crazy.
my family over here playing your shit. This is crazy right now.
Crazy. I think the craziest thing I heard was so I got family in like SoCal, so I have my uncle's out there, and he's like, he works construction. He goes to work one day, and he's like trying to put people on my song. This one dude already had it down. He's like, Kaire Doty's yo nephew. Already got his whole meal, and like he's just like, bro, like people are like already out here downloading you. Same thing, my boy Roman, he lives in LA too. Same situation happened to him where he's like hearing my song, he's like, oh, that's my cousin right there. Dude's like, oh, bro, I already got him downloaded. He hard as hell, bro, whatever. It's like it's crazy, like it's crazy to have those moments. I think that's when I started to realize, okay, like
you can
the song is yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And like that belief, I think that I always had that belief. It was more so just like the reality of my life, like, hey, bro, I'm gonna have to go make some money for a little bit at least to get myself in a little better situation. And then so I made some money. I invested it right back into my camera, whether it was my camera, creativity in any way. Like I have to be able to create, you know what I mean? Like if I'm not creating, I'd be depressed, man.
It is depressing, right? That's why I say like creators are, I say it all the time, creators are superheroes. If you can't, like if you don't create, it's almost like an illness that it makes you feel ill.
It does.
Crazy.
Yeah, you got to get it out, right? I love you guys.
I love you, Neveen. I love you
guys.
I like my last couple questions here, Kairee. I just want to know, like, if you had to like give like a young artist right now, just anybody watching this, advice, like, you know, that wants to do what you're doing and they see you doing all of this right now, what would you say to them? Like they want to be just like you.
I'll say first, you know, you can bite my sound if you want. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say my sound is crazy original, but bite my sound. Nah, I'm playing. That ain't how it works. But you're gonna be influenced by somebody, and that's okay. Like, take your influence, but like genuinely find yourself. That's the main important thing. Once you find yourself, go promote that to the world, because like everybody's like, oh, we need somebody unique. We need somebody. The only way you can be unique is being yourself. We are all different. I mean, we're all the same in most ways, but that's what makes us different. The little things that make us different is what makes us that much different. You feel me? So like, what I bring to the table, what Samara brings to the table, everybody that I met, what you bring to the table, everybody has something that they bring, and it's just like, okay, how do I deliver this to the audience? You know what I mean? And once you catch something, listen to the crowd, listen to what they want. You know what I mean? Like, what are they asking for? I remember one time I hopped on the internet, this dude was like, hey man, you be posting the same visuals, man. Post a different visual, man. And at one point I would have been like, man, here right here, bro. And in a sense, it is that, because I have an aesthetic, but at the same time, it's like, okay, you know what? I am gonna evolve. So the stuff y'all about to see is different. Like I have my aesthetic, but I'm gonna start doing something different one day, because I'm that type of artist. Like you ain't about to hear the same thing over and over. Y'all never hear Gahdamn again. So if you want to hear that record again, listen to that record.
Go ahead and stream it.
Because what's coming next is complete. Y'all hear later. I'll play it for y'all later. I got some stuff coming so far. But Gahdamn is absolutely a hit, and it's one of those songs that like usually, like you were saying, like it's like you say you drop a project. Like Samara, I know when she dropped her last project, I know she probably thought something was gonna go, and something else did. And sometimes you might even resent that song, because it's like, I like this one or whatever. Gahdamn was one of those records that pop, and like I will always have love for that record just for what it did for me. You know what I mean? But also it's just like I love that record. Every time I put it on, I'm just like, bro, this is such a it just feels good. I mean, like I could genuinely listen to it, the lyrics and everything, and just be like, this is something I could play every day. For sure.
I have a question for you though. So now that you do have this platform and you know you are making all these moves, have you ever thought about like how this is gonna impact, just as far as like what impact you're gonna have on Phoenix artists? Like what does your impact look like now for the music scene?
Yeah. Well, for me, I ain't gonna lie, my motivation was to get right past Phoenix without needing anybody up here, because I always felt like I always had this like, oh, I'm slept on, ain't messing with me up here, you know what I mean? And I always felt like if I do it, I'm gonna do it by myself, period. And that's, you know what I mean? I think you can't really do it by yourself. Yeah. But I kind of did, bro. I kind of did. Like it was a lot of like just straight by like you know what I mean? Like just sitting there by myself.
Thank God.
All that, man. Now, that's what I'm saying. It's never genuinely by yourself, because all along the way you always meeting people, you're always doing you're always learning. You know what I mean? Like my boy Los, like I would not be good at videography if it wasn't for him to like, you know what I mean? Just
really
have
show
that.
you,
Yeah,
like,
show me. Because I remember, hey, you remember that Los? Like I used to tell him like, he's like, yo, my camera isn't capable of everything. I'm like, man, if we going to shoot at nighttime with no lights, none of that. He's like, bro, like it's gonna look terrible. And I'm like, nah, like we going. I mean, you have to like generally go through those phases of being a fucking hardhead and thinking you know everything to like really get to a point where it's like, okay, I don't. And now that I'm doing this, I'm sorry. I want to formally apologize right here on this microphone. I'm sorry, Los.
But I told you,
I told you what it was, but you have to, you know what I mean? You have to go through those learning phases to get to where you are. So I think when it comes to Phoenix artists, for me, like focus on y'all visuals, man. Like y'all visuals, like it's so hard to get people to listen to your music without seeing you first, especially in today's how it works now. It's all Instagram, it's all TikTok. Like, bro, focus on how you are going to show your music off to people. And then you'll have a way better chance. You know what I mean? You have a way better chance. That's exactly what happened for me. I always thought my music was really good, but I never put out visuals consistently. I never did. I was like, man, my music's hard. You know what I mean? As soon as I start putting out visuals consistently, you see what happens. So it's like people just gotta get their eyes on you. So
your whole world changed.
Yeah, I hope Arizona's looked at more serious. You know what I mean? Because even I remember coming to high school, athletics was the same way, and we have some ballers out here. Whether it's ballers, football players, track, like bro, Arizona is gifted. So it's like it's the same thing. It's like you just gotta have that one or two people to like kind of go and show people. And then like for me, I know if I were to get on, there is artists I would immediately come back to and be like, I'm putting this person on, or at least putting them on a project, whatever it may be, because I respect their craft and knowing that they went through exactly what I went through. I just happened to go. Samara, for example, like sleeping on her couch, watching her do shows. She went to a show with me where like nobody was there. She was one of the only people there. Like she's seen that and to like, you know what I mean? So like, and it's just crazy. Like, you know what I mean? All these moments are real moments that like happen to artists, you know what I mean? So like you have to be able to go back home, humble yourself and be like, I'm about to go back out there again. Why? Because I love this. I love this. No matter if somebody showed up or not, I love this. So hopefully with what I'm trying to do, and that's why I got this hats cat on, because a lot of people think I'm from LA. So it's starting to like be like, hey, I'm from Arizona and this is my home.
From LA,
man, you know what I mean?
You got that Cali feel.
And I got my dad's all side is all from SoCal. So like it's always been in me, but like nonetheless, I'm from Arizona and and I want to
let people know that
let people know. And there's talented people out here, you know what I mean? And we cold.
Yeah.
We cold out here. You know what I mean? We cold. It just has to be seen. You know what I mean? It just has to be seen.
Yeah. Neveen, did you have any other questions for Kairee before we close it out here? I'm about to cry. Like, I'm sorry.
What the hell?
I might cry because Kairee is just like,
oh my God, I didn't even say it.
I'm inspired. I'm just inspired, right, by this conversation. It's just so moving.
Thank you.
Are you getting your
Thank
period?
I don't know.
Baby, you're right. Baby.
Is that why you're so emotional?
It's just emotional because I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's just to be in a room with someone who's, I know where they started from and like, you know, to where you are now. It's just like, it's a beautiful thing. Like you really put it in the work and you got the results, you know, and you weren't even looking for the results. They just have to come. And like, that's why it's like, you know what, don't ever count any artist out. I don't care whoever's watching this, just never count anybody out, because you never know how those tables will turn.
Exactly. They do turn.
And they always will turn.
I want to give you your flowers too though, because you were one of the people that there were certain people that were on my Instagram that kept me involved or influenced in some way or motivated in some way. Samara was huge, you know what I mean? It's people that make it, that go, okay, this is real. Like I remember you first like were around Smino and them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's one of those thoughts where like, this is tangible. This ain't no dream. Like this is tangible. These people are here. Like Samara going crazy. I'm like, that's tangible. You know what I mean? Like that I could like, you can do that. You just have to be who you are. And for me, like, that's why I get hella game from Samara. She's so head on straight, and that's super important, but she's just a pure artist in every sense of the word. And like, I'm so motivated by her. Like, you guys are just so into y'all's craft, and I respect that. And anybody that can really respect their craft, I'm around. I like it, because I'm isolated. I don't be around too many people, but it's because a lot of people do not respect their craft, and they don't, and I could tell.
And they don't take risks.
Exactly. And I'm like, I'm not about to be around somebody that, I don't care if you better or worse than me at music. If I could tell you love music, I'm around you, period. So like, and I had to learn that perspective, but that's what it is. And that's how I want to be around people that just care about the craft, because you'll always come out on top at that point. But that's all that matters, man. I want to be around people that love what they're doing.
Yeah, thank you. So that means so much.
Yeah. I mean, see you shine and meet people that I know you look up to as well. Like, I know we're fans of these people, you know what I mean? So it's like, to be around you, I'm like, that's crazy.
It's just, it's like, I honestly,
Are getting along and say beautiful.
Fun. I know how. That's funny. That's funny.
it was just so many risks though, you know?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
there
for
was
sure.
so many things that I risked and like things that I didn't know that I could do until I just fucking did them.
You gotta
Like,
do it.
you know, I just to tell you guys, like I remember that day Shmino's team hit me back, and it's crazy because I had I seen that he was doing this like album release party, and I was like, this is all the way out in LA. Like I'm working, I don't know if I can go. I hit up my best friend Ronnie Dijon till this day. Like I didn't really know Ronnie at the time. I was just like, yo, like
He's so
you
dope,
should
too.
apply for this too. Like I think we should go. And we had never hung out before.
Yeah.
Mind you, me and Ronnie, but the first time we hung out, it was we got in the car.
Clicked.
We got the invitation like at 6 a.m. We didn't even know where we were going.
Yeah.
Like there was no like, oh, like, you know, we're planning this. Like it was a 6 a.m. type of thing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, we got the invite, let's go. Like, let's just get on the road. Like we don't know what's about to happen. And we made the drive, and you know, we ended up there, and I got to ask, you know, a couple of questions and, you know, interview. It was a great thing, but I think if I would have never took that risk and bet on myself, it would have never happened.
Exactly.
You're a star too, babe.
Exactly. You star. Come on now.
You put people on. And I always tell you put yourself on because you're dope as fuck.
I love
You
you.
don't listen, but that's okay.
I do listen. I've been
Kinda.
taking your advice.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's all in timing. You know what I mean? It's all in timing. Like I know Samara was like doing stuff behind the scenes for a while before she, you know what I mean? So it's like it's all timing. You know what I mean?
Lizzo was interviewing Chance the Rapper artist
Sam?
way before she became Lizzo.
It's just to everybody else. It seems like, oh, it's overnight. And don't get me wrong, like that happened overnight, but it's the work that goes in for 8 years that allows that overnight to happen.
Kim Kardashian, like she was doing what, styling?
Yeah,
Mhm.
For Ray J, huh? How the tables turn.
Y'all funny to say.
That's a good stylist right there. That's a good stylist.
I might be a stylist soon.
I also want to give my flowers to Neveen on this episode, because Neveen, like you are like one of these people that has always been a go-getter. And like always been a go-getter, and like you see so much beauty in people, and you know people are stars. Like you have that gift. Like
And the eye.
you know, you have the eye, you have the gift, your presence when you meet people. Yes, like I love everything about you, Neveen. And also, Fleek is not in the camera shot, but I want to shout out Fleek.
He's
'cause
so weird.
I get on his fucking nerves, but like,
So Fleek.
we love Fleek.
He won't get on camera. I would
Yeah.
try.
No, but just all the people that are in this room right now, like they see talent for what it is. And Kairee, we definitely saw that. Like you know, you have the talent. You could,
Thank you so
you're
much.
doing this.
Dance.
Oh,
Teach me the dance.
yeah. Can you teach us the
Please?
goddamn?
Okay.
dance?
I don't. Hey,
Is that a thing?
I'm gonna have to bring Savannah in here to get y'all on that. You know what I mean? I dance. I do my little jig, but she be getting it. She be getting it. Yeah, she be getting it. I'm gonna let her take over that.
So when we get off camera, will you teach me how to dance?
We're going down. We're going there. We vibe out.
Let's do it real quick.
And it ain't no routine. It's just you just gotta feel it. Whatever the song do to you, it's gonna. You know,
We might have to do a little video.
Oh, no,
we might have
as
to do a
soon
little
as
video,
it's
a
a
TikTok
TikTok.
video.
We're gonna learn how.
We're going in there and doing the goddamn video.
Is gonna learn how to do.
That's hilarious.
But
That's funny.
anything you wanna leave us with and the audience with, and just kind of close out with.
Man, Kaire Doty on all platforms. You know what I mean? All simple, but nonetheless, like I said, I'm my whole message is the fact that I'm just a regular dude, just like everybody else out here that had a dream with something, that stayed consistent to it, that really sat there and cared about my craft and spent well over 10,000 hours on music for sure. Like,
Yeah.
so and it pays off. You know what I mean? It might seem like it's overnight, but it pays off. So with anybody doing anything, take your time with it. Don't look forward to success right now. You got to build your road. You're gonna go through low. You're gonna go to highs. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel all that. Gotta be you at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
much love to y'all for having me on here, man. This is so dope. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're broke. We don't want the universe to hear that.
Yeah, I ain't broke. I was just playing. That was just people counting pockets.
You're blessed.
Yeah, that's for people counting the pockets out there.
Well, we really do appreciate you, Kairee. Again, this is Juno with Charisma Collective, and
I'm Neveen The Queen.
with SongLab Live,
As hell.
Yeah. My stomach rumbling.
and we're out. Thank you again.
Appreciate y'all.
And good job. Goodbye.
Thank y'all.
Can I really clap like how Arabs clap?
All the way.
Go to Neveen The Queen on Instagram. You can also go to SongLab Live if you want to get an interview specifically for music or whatever it may be. But you can hit me on SongLab Live or Neveen The Queen.